to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about how to make a rented flat homey. Now, I've had a few questions about how I do it. How have I made my flat look so nice when you're renting? Well, I'm going to give you some little tips and tricks that will hopefully help you if you are renting, or if you are maybe at uni and you want to spruce up your uni house. Whatever, hopefully this will be of use to you guys. This flat, we can't actually do anything to it technically. We're not really allowed to put anything on the walls, but me being me, I've, you know, snuck a few things on there, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. And our flat is super white, like there is nothing to it. It's just basically a white box, essentially, and it's nothing exciting. So I really have had to kind of play around with it and make it super nice, and hopefully you guys will find these things useful. So I'm gonna get straight into it because that's what you're here for, right? So first of all, I'm going to talk about ugly sofas. Now, I think we all know what I mean by ugly sofas. When you rent a flat, often it comes with a very ugly sofa, unless you're renting something that's one, got no furniture in, two, is super expensive and has like dreamy, lovely furniture. Most of the time, the sofas aren't very nice. So my top tip for covering up a not so nice sofa is cover it in blankets. Now, the sofa that we have is like a navy blue colour, and to be honest, it's not an ugly sofa, really. In the grand scheme of things, it's not. But it doesn't fit with the aesthetic that I like to go for, and navy blue isn't really a colour that I like. So I actually decided that I was just going to cover it with blankets, and I didn't actually intend on covering it with blankets. It was only after we moved in here I realised I was trying to work out what I liked, and I was like, I don't really like this navy blue sofa. And so I used a couple of blankets that I already had and just covered it, and it looked really good. So now I have blankets covering my sofa, and I have this lovely cream one here, which I actually bought originally for the bed, but it's ended up on the sofa because I really wanted it on the sofa. Then I've got a stripy one, which again, really lovely blanket. It's not necessarily a blanket I would use anywhere else. I think it works quite nicely on the sofa. And again, with I have quite a few blankets, like this starry one here, because I like blankets, first of all, and second of all, I kind of just wanted to make it feel really cozy and have that like patchwork style on it. You could buy like just a big blanket and cover your whole sofa. I didn't buy these blankets with my sofa in mind, so they don't naturally like cover the sofa at all. But if you are looking for a blanket to cover your whole sofa, you can buy a bigger one, or buy a couple of bigger ones that are the same blanket, if you know what I mean, so it looks like one blanket. The only thing I will say is if you're buying blankets for your sofa, make sure they're one, not too expensive, and two, you can wash them, because you'll likely drop food or crumbs or some sort of stain will end up on it, and you need to be able to wash it, because it happens to me all the time. We've had chocolate stains on this cream one, we've had tomato stains just from where you eat, like if you're eating dinner on the sofa or whatever. So yeah, just something to note. But blankets on the sofa are honestly a lifesaver, and to make it feel super cozy, you can add like cushions and pillows just to kind of tie it in so that the sofa feels more like the sofa that you would want, rather than a sofa that you've covered in a blanket. Next up is command strips. Now, I don't know how many people know about command strips. I think it's pretty known. I've been using command strips for years. I think they're really good. They're incredible as a kind of way of fitting things onto the wall. We all know that most rented places, you can't put holes in the wall. It happened when I was at uni. I wasn't allowed to put anything in the, like nails or anything in the wall. And it's the same here. So I've been using command strips to stick my prints, my mirrors and everything on the wall. Now, you do have to think about the weight of everything. I have my big Desenio prints, which are A2 size, I think, and they fit fine. I just put like a good few of them on the back and stick them up, and they fit fine, and they don't fall. Like, I've not had them fall at all. I've got some like smaller mirrors that aren't super weighty on the wall as well. I've stuck them on with command strips. Command strips are incredible, and the best thing is you can pull them off and they don't affect the wall. I'm not gonna like say that they definitely don't affect the wall, because sometimes, depending on where you are, depending on how old the paint is, depending on how new the paint is, it may pull the paint off. I don't know, I'm just going to put that out there just in case, but most of the time it doesn't affect the wall, which is great. And I just love them. Command strips are amazing, and they just make everything easier. You don't have to knock anything into the wall, you don't have to use a hammer, you don't have to do all that stuff, and it means that you can put things on the wall without having to ruin the walls. And honestly, this is the part that I found the most useful, because otherwise my flat would have no kind of coziness to it, because all the walls would be white, and I think having something on the wall makes a huge difference. This one here is even stuck up with command strips. This one is technically like a hanging print, but I can't knock a hole into the wall, so I've just stuck it up with command strips. So it's like one under here and then one at the top. Works fine. So definitely buy yourself some command strips. They're amazing if you haven't already, and put more on. If you're a bit worried that it's not gonna hold it up, put a couple, like multiple command strips on, and then it should hold up, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling, and I apologize, but yeah, command strips are great. Next up is shelving units. Now, something that I've experienced from this flat is that there's literally no shelves, or there's no like built-in kind of features. This flat is quite literally a box, as I said before, so there's no shelving units, there's no like anything nice that's built in. So the best way to kind of be able to create that look is to buy shelving units. Now, shelving units aren't necessarily super pretty, which is the hard part. We have a really nice one from IKEA, and I use it just to decorate, put decorative pieces on, books on. Otherwise we wouldn't have anywhere to put things, and I think shelving units really do make a huge difference. You can get like one of those plain white IKEA kind of like bookcase kind of shelves. If you want to create like a big feature section in your flat, you could do that. I think it's just important to get different like shelvings, or get like little tables, or find things where you can put things, if that makes sense. So whether it's a shelving unit, whether it's a table, whether it's a console table, whether it's like a little table in the corner, those are the ways that you can really kind of add that homey touch with like bits and bobs that are personal to you. Add space to put things, because we all know when we live in a rented place, there's usually not anywhere to put anything. So that's also good. And two, it just makes it feel like fuller and like cozy, and that is what you want when you have your own place. You want to make it feel like yours and feel cozy. So shelving units are amazing. The one I have from IKEA, which you will have seen, it's a lovely shelf, and I don't think it was too expensive either. It's not like fully the shelf that I would have dreamed of if I was buying a shelf, but it works and it fits with the style of our flat, and that is the main thing. So IKEA is the best place to go if you're looking for cheaper shelves or tables or whatever to just kind of spruce up your flat. Next is mirrors. Now, mirrors are so important to make your flat feel cozy and just make it feel bigger as well. I have 3 mirrors in this flat. Not many, but I just think they're really, really good. I have my big long standing mirror, which one I use for outfit pics, to be able to see my outfit. Really good, again, from IKEA. I love IKEA mirrors. And it's great, like it reflects light perfectly. It makes the room feel bigger, which is nice, especially when you're renting. Usually flats aren't huge. So yeah, really, really good. And then I also have these little ones on the wall, which I showed you before, and they're really nice. They're really just lovely mirrors, and again, they reflect the light, they reflect the room, so it feels bigger. It just adds something to the wall that's not a print. Sometimes you don't want to necessarily add constant prints on all of the walls. You need like one with a mirror. So yeah, just have a couple of little mirrors, and then I have like tiny little mirrors that are kind of decorative pieces dotted about. Again, they reflect, so they just add texture. They add like something to your room that just make it feel bigger and make it feel like more interesting, you know? So mirrors are great, and you don't need to spend loads of money on mirrors either. You can get them for quite cheap, and I think that is what's quite good. You can usually get quite nice looking mirrors for quite cheap. And like I said, my main big mirror is from IKEA, and IKEA is a great place to buy mirrors. If you're looking for a good quality one, IKEA is the place to go. But yeah, I highly recommend getting yourself some mirrors just to spruce up the place and make it feel bigger, because it makes the world of difference. Another thing that can make your flat feel cozy is rugs. Now, I actually don't have that many rugs. We have like a fake wooden floor. It's not real wood, it's like fake wood. Do you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to add a cozy touch because it doesn't feel warm when you have just like plain wooden floor. So I have a couple. I don't have that much, but they instantly make a huge difference to like how cozy a room feels and how like personal and just nice. I don't actually know how cheap they are at HomeSense, but if you're looking for a big one, it's a good place to go. So I have one under the coffee table, which is just a bit more cozy, kind of near the sofa, has that cozy vibe. And then I have a, I don't know what the actual name of this kind of rug is called, so I'll just show you it, which is kind of more of a, what would you call it, decorative piece, but I really like it, and it just adds a bit of something different to the floor. So the floor isn't just one base color, it's like a few different colors. And if you have like a not so nice carpet, if you have the space, get a bigger rug to kind of cover it, so then you can like hide the ugly carpet a little bit, which is quite useful. And you can get some really good rugs. Again, IKEA is a great place. HomeSense is a really good place to look for kind of rugs and stuff that are maybe a little bit cheaper. Next is plants. I love plants. I think they really help to just give a bit of life to your flat. You don't have to buy real plants, you can buy fake plants. Fake plants I would probably suggest more so, because they are less, what's the word? You don't have to deal with them. they're just there and they work, they do their own thing. Plants can be hard to keep alive, I have to admit. This one's actually doing really well, and I've got one over there that's doing really well. But plants are just a really good way of adding a bit of greenery. They do make your flat just feel more alive and a little bit more kind of bright and happy, and I just love plants. I think they just add a lot of fun to a flat. I genuinely think if I didn't have the plants, it would feel so flat in here, and I think it really does bring life, like I said. So plants is a good one. I have a few plants from IKEA, which are great. I keep mentioning IKEA, but genuinely, if you're someone who's on a budget and you're looking to update your flat, or you're looking to just add some zhuzh into your flat, IKEA is the place to go. I have bought so many bits from IKEA for this flat, because one, that IKEA is not that far away, and two, it's really, really cheap. So yeah, IKEA is a good place to go. They do real and fake plants. You can buy a mix of both if you want to, or you just go to the garden centre, get yourself some real plants. There are many places that do sell fake plants, but it's just looking for the right ones that work for you. And my final thing to talk about is decorative pieces. I briefly mentioned this earlier, but decorative pieces are a perfect way to make your flat feel homey and cozy and just feel like yours. So whether you're adding pictures of yourself or you and your family, or memories, that's a really good way of adding decorative pieces. Lamps, you could add vases, dried flowers, real flowers, cushions, little pictures, candles, mirrors, you name it. There's so many things you could decorate your flat with. And I even have some pampas grass, which is like super fake, it's not even like a real looking pampas grass. Mirrors, like I said, it's all just about adding bits and bobs that aren't clutter, that just make a flat feel, or your home feel like it's yours and feel like it's cozy. Because I know what it's like when you rent somewhere, like a house, everything's very basic, like there's not anything there, and you want to make it feel like it's actually yours rather than just somewhere that you're staying. Because when you're renting somewhere, one, you're paying the money for it, so you want to feel like you're at home, and two, like, you don't want to be spending your whole time there thinking, oh god, I don't actually like this. So making it feel homey, trying to find ways of making the ugly pieces in your home feel pretty and feel nice. And I think that is possible. You just have to kind of use your imagination, and decorative pieces are a good way of just like adding a bit of you to something that might not look super nice. Now I know that some people won't have like all white walls and you won't have really nice furniture, so it is just about imagination and just kind of seeing what you can create from something that's not so nice. So yeah, hopefully that helps. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I don't know if I was that much use. Hopefully my tips did help you, and hopefully this will kind of encourage some of you guys to go and spruce up your flat or spruce up your sofa or whatever. But yeah, I will catch you all in my next video. But for now, I will see you all soon. Bye!